Order. The question is this bill be now agreed to in principle. I call the member for Coogee.
Thank you, Mr Assistant Speaker. Firstly, I rise to speak, albeit briefly, on the Australian Jockey and Sydney Turf Club Merger Amendment Bill 2011. Firstly, I'd like to commend the Minister for this amendment, which corrects defects in the guidelines for the custodianship of Randwick Racecourse. This amendment will be welcomed by my constituents in the seat of Coogee, which is the home of Royal Randwick. Mr Acting Speaker, the main responsibilities of the Randwick Racecourse Trust are the granting of leases to the Australian Turf Club and, subject to that lease, to give consent to additional activities, including subleases. At present, there's inadequate control in the Act over the decision-making of the trustees in relation to giving consent for additional activities. The life tenure provisions exacerbate this situation if the trustees were to make a decision which may grant a sublease for a commercial purpose, which would have the effect of alienating the use of significant Crown land. The bill provides that it will be necessary for the Trust to seek the Minister's approval prior to giving consent to the use of the racecourse for additional activities. In addition, the Trust will be required to withdraw its consent to any additional activity at the direction of the Minister. The trustees will also be required to disclose any direct or indirect pecuniary interest in a matter being considered by the Trust. Mr Acting Speaker, this is the minimum degree of transparency that should be demanded of trustees. The bill also contains a general prohibition on the Trust selling, mortgaging or otherwise disposing of any of the land or buildings that form part of Randwick Racecourse without the consent of the Minister. Without such provisions, the Minister has little control over decision-making in relation to the possible commercial use of the Crown land at Randwick Racecourse. Mr Acting Speaker, the Crown land at Randwick Racecourse is of immense value to my constituents of Coogee, as well as to the people of New South Wales, as both a venue providing world-class racing and training facilities, but also for major public events. Now, I'm sure that most of my constituents are breathing a collective sigh of relief that these important changes are being made to protect this valuable Crown land. In February 1992, on visiting Randwick Racecourse to open the paddock grandstand, Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II conferred the title Royal on the venue in recognition of the standing of Randwick Racecourse, the principal standing of Randwick Racecourse as the headquarters of thoroughbred racing in this state. Randwick Racecourse is a major employer and contributes to the local and state economies. The facility has and it will continue to host many major public events, including rock concerts, festivals and conferences, but its principal role of home to thoroughbred racing must be protected. Most recently, Randwick Racecourse was the venue of choice for the World Youth Day events, which I was very happy to attend, and has been a site for a number of papal masses over the years. So it's imperative that this unique public asset continues to be maintained as a premier racing complex and a quality venue for public recreation, entertainment and cultural events. The proposed amendments do not disturb the terms of the current 99-year lease of the racecourse to the Australian Turf Club and are in keeping with the intent of the original grant made back in the 1860s and are in line with the administration of other Crown reserves for the public benefit in this state. I commend the bill to the House.